And welcome everyone to the LCQs for Team TRN for the NR2003 Big One. A new day, but a cloudy day at that. Speeds are going to be up, but this is the last chance. 3 drivers are going to be making it through to represent Team TRN in, what is it? Again, pretty much TRN's send off into the sunset. And again, want to thank everyone for being a part of this. It is going to be a good one.
Of course, like Andrew said, the top 3 advance on here in the LCQ race. It's only 15 laps here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, so a very short race. But as we saw with the heats last week, a lot of passing here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and it pretty much doesn't matter where you start, which is why we just randomized the starting positions, because we could line them up by how they finish in their heats, but what's the point of that when they're just all going to scramble through the race anyway? But the drivers who have already advanced to the NR2003 Big One in Team TRN are Julius Anderson and Thomas Trotzel, who raced their way in heat number 1, and Noah Kars and Landon Lyons, who advanced their way in heat number 2. The rest of the 16 drivers are here in this race, and the top 3 will be in the 2019 NR2003 Big One.
So, as NAPAFan said, which again, NAPAFan, thank you for putting on all these shows for Team TRN. Really do appreciate it. As the cars are rolling, this is it. 1 race, 15 laps, top 3 make it in. So whether you finish first, second, or third, really doesn't matter all that much, except for getting you, I guess you could say, a proper TRN win. But that's really about it. As the 1-1-1. Nick Kennedy starting first to the inside of John Andrews starting in the second position. And then you've got the 177, Diego Yepes. And what number is that on his outside?
153 of Austin Johnson.
Austin Johnson to the outside. And then that would be the 124. That is Fisher G. And the 101 of Ian McDaniel, who again, very new name here in NR 2003. And then we've got, I cannot make out the numbers from here. Sorry,
that is Keyshawn Richardson, and he's alongside Donovan David in the 123. 190 of Brad Stover and Rasheem Stewart round out the top 10. Rest of the starting lineup on the side of your screen right there. And like Andrew mentioned, this might be the last official TRN race, so I'll let you take it away from here. Give them a good start here for the LCQ in the NR2003 Big One for Team TRN.
TRN's been around for a while. Looks like it'll be closing its doors here as the pace car pulls in. And what better way to go out than to represent in the biggest NR race that there is. 120 total people have signed up. We're going to see who the final 3 TRN participants are going to be as the green flag flies at Coca-Cola Super Speedway. The 111 hanging on to it at the moment. Nick Kennedy ahead of Diego Yepes, and then there goes the 193 of Keyshawn Richardson, looking to gain some spots there. But again, with this being 15 laps, anything can happen. As you see him kind of getting a little scattered here to start off with. That's unusual, but hey, maybe just trying to settle into a rhythm. I mean, these drivers have had a week to prepare for this race. So maybe they're just trying to get with the dancing partner or see what else they can do to try and be there at the end.
I actually think someone might have gotten a little bit loose off the corner, and that shot somebody up the racetrack just a little bit. which caused these guys behind him to check up. But with the way the draft is here at Coca-Cola, you'll see the average speed right there, right by our race leader, 233 miles per hour. I mean, they are really, really, really going fast here. And that's how it always is here at Coca-Cola. It's the fastest super speedway around. And Nick Kennedy has so far led both laps in the LCQ here for Team TRN.
Yeah, he and Yepez have had these top 2 spots locked up so far, as Yepez looking for the race lead, and there goes the 124 Fisher G. Looking to make something happen as Kennedy goes from the lead, and probably by the end of this lap, he's going to be barely in the top 10.
That's what happens if you get stuck in that outside lane. It just simply does not work, and you have to chase it up the racetrack, and you saw right there the 155 at Jeremiah Dwayne in the 155 right there, had to check up, and he's now stuck on the outside lane as well. But you see Yepez now way up the racetrack. All these guys way up the racetrack, and Ian McDaniel side by side with Daniel Price for the race lead. Here comes Brad Stover in the 190, taking it away from those guys.
Now, with it being 16 cars as opposed to the heat races from last week where it was only 10 cars each, I know that doesn't sound like much of a difference, but definitely going to be more turbulent. Guys running closer together. There's a lot more of a chance of something going wrong in this race as opposed to last week. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that for sure. But yeah, we're seeing some pullaways, and then they kind of get closer together, and then they'd spread apart, and kind of an accordion effect here so far.
Got Julian Quintero here, running in the 2nd position. He almost advanced in last week in the heat races, but could not quite do it. But he's got a chance right now. He is in a transfer position. The top 3 advance on. It's right now Brad Stover, Julian Quintero, and Keyshawn Richardson in the 193, who would advance if they finish in their current positions.
I saw the 101 taking a higher line through turn 3 and then kind of cut down, maybe looking to gain some momentum to try and gain on those top 3. Gonna have some drafting help here from that appears to be the 119 of Joshua Rush as new leader here as the 190 gets hung out to dry. Oof, man, those guys get close.
They're 3 wide down the backstretch. Yepez at the inside of Joshua Rush and Ian McDaniels. Yepez unable to get the inside lane to work, and here comes Trey Bart, who almost advanced into the heats last week. Got passed by Noah Cars on that final lap and was stuck on the outside just a little bit too long, and he fell back, but he's trying to make it inside the top 3 here. And all these guys still with a really even chance at making it on to the main event on July 27th. Next week on the NIRA channel. Nathan Saflin doing it for us this year, and definitely looking forward to see who gets it done this year on the NR2003 Big One.
That is going to be really cool because, I mean, hey, the way I see it, the NR2003 Big One, it is the big one. You're going from 120 people who signed up, and whoever's able to win that, I'd say that's going to be a pretty darn big deal. So, good luck to everyone participating, I'll say that right now, but especially good luck to everyone in Team TRN. We'll be rooting for you as, again, these guys recoiling, getting a lot closer together now. We'll see how long this will last, but 190 looking in his mirror and saying, oh yeah, y'all keep it up with that. I'm going to stay out here.
So Brad Stover holding on to the race lead. Ian McDaniels, and now Matt Tuck in the transfer position in the 188. Remember, he started on the pole for the 2nd heat last week, but was unable to capitalize in that one. And he's going to try to make a 3-wide move for the race lead as Ian McDaniels and Brad Stover slide up the racetrack. And how about that move right there by Matt Tuck? But Fisher G is going to look to the inside here in the 124.
Fisher G's been just hanging around here in the top 5 throughout most of this race so far, which I think is going to pay dividends for him here toward the end if he's able to hang on to this track position. He's doing good at it right now. He's probably going to take the race lead here going into turn 1. Take it away from Matt Tuck as, man, those guys got way close.
They did. A little close right there for Matt Tuck and Julian Quintero. Yepez will capitalize, and here comes Donovan David in the 123. 3 wide for 3rd. John Andrews is here with Keyshawn Richardson as well. So you got to watch out for these guys as they're moving their way through the field. And we get this 3-wide situation happen quite a bit here at Coca-Cola, where they're single file through the corner, then they're 3 wide off the corner all of a sudden.
I mean, this track is wide. You could probably go 5 wide here if you wanted, as long as you're careful with it. But knowing these guys, they're not going to be careful. This is the LCQ. This is literally the equivalent of trying to get into the real-life all-star race. These guys are just going to have at it. Ain't no holding back, as here comes the 1, 2, 3 machine. I love saying that, 1, 2, 3 machine. Donovan David looking good here is 3 wide.
John Andrews looking to the inside here. We're coming up on 5 laps to go here in the TRN LCQ. And John Andrews taking the lead away, but everyone is bunched back up. Julian Quintero, Daniel Price is up here. And it is still anybody's game here to advance on to the main event.
16 drivers in this race, 16 drivers still with a chance with 5 laps to go. Side by side, a few rows deep, as the 127 of Quintero takes the lead. And then you got the 191 John Andrews on the outside trying to make something happen. And the 162 filing in line there, Daniel Price. You got guys coming and going throughout the course of this one. This is great stuff. We're coming to 4 to go. And they are all on top of each other. This is going to be awesome.
Julian Quintero leads the field in the number 127 ahead of Daniel Price and John Andrews, who are currently in the transfer positions. We'll have to see how it all files through here, but they're starting to get single file, but Daniel Price is not going to have any of that. Whoa, that was close right there with Quintero. He's going to dive right to the inside and put Quintero outside the top 3 just like that.
Just looking for that insurance spot pretty much. I mean, if you're leading, that's 2 spots behind you that you have as a buffer. So I think that's why you're seeing guys going for the lead so aggressively. But as it is right now, you got Stover and John Andrews also here as well. There goes Andrews now getting shuffled out of line. If you have no drafting help on that outside lane, it is game over for you.
The average speed in this LCQ race, 245 miles per hour. That's just absurd. You only see that in NR 2003. Indy cars can even go that fast in real life. But that's what the Coca-Cola Super Speedway is. We do not run restrictor plates here, so that's the result of it. But it's looking like we might get an interesting result here in this LCQ. These top 3 have pulled away just slightly from the rest of the field as they come to 2 laps to go. Stover's going to go for the race lead on Daniel Price.
I don't know about that move. I probably would have just stayed in line and just been like, okay, let's work together. Let's try and hold these spots. Because now look what happened. You got all these guys closing in, and they're trying to make it in themselves. So we're back to double file. Here comes Richardson. And the 119 now up into the picture as well, Joshua Rush, who barely was able to even hang on to the draft in his heat race last week. And now he's going for the lead.
Going for the race lead. Here comes Austin Johnson, Jeremiah Dwayne in the 155. Matt Tuck's on the inside, and John Andrews. I think Quintero hit the outside wall just a little bit there, but at this point, I'm thinking if you're not on the inside lane, you're not going to have a chance. Here we come to the white flag, and it's now Johnson, Dwayne, and Tuck in the top 3 positions. But we still have a lot of passing left to go. White flag in the LCQ for Team TRN.
Left the door open now. The 155, he might get hung out here by Matt Tuck. Here comes Andrews. Oh man, this is far from over for these guys, but right now the leader's looking good, I would say, but I don't want to jinx anyone quite yet.
Matt Tuck might try here for the 2nd position. John Andrews trying to do all he can to get around Matt Tuck for the final transfer spot. And there goes Tuck to the inside of Jeremiah Dwayne. That's going to open the door for John Andrews. The winner of the LCQ is going to be Austin Johnson, but the final transfer spot's going to be a close one between Jeremiah Dwayne and John Andrews. It's going to be Dwayne, Tuck, and Johnson advancing on to the main event. And John Andrews barely missing out, unfortunately, in the number 191.
Jeremiah Dwayne, what a job to hang on to that spot. He had to run off the corner with no real help. So I think if that says anything about the kind of car that he's going to have for the main event, I think that says it all. But whew, that was awesome. That was really cool. And hey, congrats to those who just got in. Do TRN proud.
Johnson, the race winner here, with Matt Tuck and Jeremiah Dwayne advancing on to the NR2003 Big One. And unfortunately for everyone from John Andrews on down, they're going to be flipping burgers next weekend in the 2019 NR2003 Big One. They're not going to make the show, but it's kind of tough to make it in. Only 7 drivers from each league make it on of the 20 that enter through each league. So definitely a privilege to advance on. And Austin Johnson, Matt Tuck, and Jeremiah Dwayne get to do so. They join Julius Anderson, Thomas Troxel, Noah Cars, and Landon Lyons as drivers advancing in Team TRN for the 2019 NR2003 Big One. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. I am going to let Andrew do the rest of this video for you guys, since this might just be the last event for Team TRN. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Andrew, for letting me do these races for you. Glad we can keep this event going on for Team TRN, and, yeah, take it away. Final thoughts on this race, and final thoughts on the Big One.
Well, that was awesome to watch, seeing the heats, seeing the LCQ. Of course, the main event going to be coming at you on the 27th of July. And, hey, looking forward to seeing how everyone does, but especially Team TRN, obviously. Thank you to everyone who signed up for Team TRN. Congrats to Anderson, Johnson, Chuck, Dwayne, Troxel. Oh, no. I can't remember. Oh, well, my memory will work with me one of these days.
Noah Cars and
Noah Cars.
Landon Lyons were the other two.
Noah Cars and Landon Lyons. I'm glad you were still standing there
Yes,
to remind me.
I am still here.
This is his channel after all, which again I do want to send a shout out to NAPAFan here for doing this for me. Cannot thank you enough, and also can't thank you enough for the help that you've given me in many regards when I was doing NR 2003 myself. Of course, even did a few online races with you, and thank you for that. I'm acting like I'm never going to see you again, but I'm sure we will.
Oh yeah, we will.
We will. But as far as TRN and me and NR 2003 in general, I mean, hey, life goes on. You gotta do what you gotta do. But hey, I'm hoping to maybe come back again at some point. Right now, I'm just in no place to do it. But for right now, as it stands, thank you to everyone for making TRN happen. And making it the success that it was. Big shout outs to, oh geez, I'll call them out by their NR 2003 like driver names, and they would include Tom Jonas, Tristan Allen, Isaac Snyder, good grief, Seth Cole, of course, NAPAFan, or Benny Watson as his driver's name is. Nathan Stapleton. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of other guys, but seriously, thank you to all for making it happen. And it's been a great ride. And hey, best of luck. This ain't over yet. We got the big one to go win. Let's make it happen. Thank you to all. And on that note, thank you for watching. Take care. And bye for now.